I got a good one for you today, or it's gonna be real fun to make. I hope you enjoy it. I gotta cool off a minute. I done got hot. My phone the last time I had service says that it's 95 degrees here. That was about an hour and a half or so ago. I'm gonna compare a few saws out here today. Well, here comes Bobo. He's wanting into the video, looks like. Fiskar. I don't know if that's how you say it or not. That's how we say it here. I'm going to compare it to this Harbor Freight. Now both these is used. Neither one of them brand new. I'm going to compare them two, which I know this one's a lot bigger. And I've got one more here to throw into the mix. This is an antique. This here is an organ. You can resharpen it with the file, and I have resharpened it. Here, it's been a few weeks ago I resharpened it. I bought this probably in the late 1980s at a little country store down here. We bought these for bow hunting, a bunch of us boys did. We'd carry these in our pocket when we climbed a tree to cut the limbs off. But anyway, we're gonna compare these two for sure. So y'all come along with me, we'll cut a couple of things, see how they do. This looks like the jungle here. Welcome to the jungle. Well, since I'm here by myself, we're gonna use a stopwatch. Start. That one took 8.38. Harbor Freight. All right. That done 6.99. That's pretty fast. Okay, just for fun, we're gonna try the organ on this. 10 hours later. Alright, we can't do no good with the organ. So, organ's a failure. We're going to try some hardwood now. We're going to, same as before, we're going to start with the fiskars. Here we go. $7.20. Now we're going to try the Harbor Freight. Alright, here we go. $8.24. Now then, just for fun, the organ. He didn't do good on that holler cane. We'll see what he'll do on this solid piece of wood. And here we go. Dang, I about got knocked in the head. $7.40. Even with the limb falling on my head. I've got one more we could try. Just for fun. If you'll give me a second, I'll get it out. Who wants to try this little feller? This is the Leatherman. Alright, we'll run the timer on the Leatherman. Here we go. Whoop, too big a stroke. $18.06. And I am burning up. Don't you look here. I'm pouring sweat. Like I said, it's probably 100 here now. Humidity's probably 100 too. Well, that's about as far as I can be with them. You can be your own judge. The Fiskar's got a longer blade than the Harbor Freight. Now, I don't know how they're going to hold up. Both of them is pretty old saws. I've had them both well over a year. But between these two, which one would I pick? I don't know. Probably this one because of the size of it. They're both made out of plastic, both kind of cheap looking made, in my opinion. In my opinion, I haven't seen a good saw. Not one that I thought would hold up. This Fiskars seems a little better made than this Harbor Freight, but as far as cutting and goes and carrying weight, I think I'd just soon have this one as the Fiskars myself. And the price of it, I'm sure this one was a lot cheaper than the Fiskars. But anyway, this is Burnt Church, and I'm burning up. Thinking about going down here and laying in the creek. But we thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to hit start. Alright, that didn't turn out so well. Alright, we fixing to try it. Nope, it's hung up. Alright, we can't do no good with the organ. So, organ's a failure. I was going to say a few things to think about. I used to didn't think about it, but I used to think, well, a hatchet. I'd rather have a hatchet than a saw. But if you're ever in a situation where you need to be stealthy and quiet, a saw's going to do a lot more than you can do with that hatchet. Quieter. That saw don't make near as much racket as chopping will. So that's one thing to think about when you're deciding which you want to pick to carry in your pack. Is the saw's going to do more during a stealthy situation. And there's some traps and stuff that a saw will make a lot easier to make. Notching, you can notch, or I can, my own opinion, I can notch a lot better with a saw than I can a hatchet. But the stealth is the #1 thing about a saw. You can be so much quieter with it than you can chopping with a hatchet. Now, if it's in a situation where it doesn't matter, you might rather have a hatchet or an axe. It just depends on what you want to carry. But in a little pack on your back, I'm going to carry one of them little saws. That's just something to think about.